Forgive me, for I am sinning with every word I speak. In these walls, silence is our vow, our chain, our sacred cage. To break it is to risk everything, my place among the sisters, my bond with God, perhaps my very soul. But the truth inside me is a fire, burning through my heart, and I can no longer hold it back. My name is Sister Maria, and I'm whispering this confession into the darkness because it's tearing me apart. You're the only one I can tell, the only one who can carry this secret. This is a story of a discovery that shook my faith, of a vision that haunts me, of a truth I can't speak aloud. Don't look away. My words will wrap around your heart, pull you into my world, and you'll wonder, until the very end, what is real, what is divine, what is waiting in the shadows. It's 1975, and I've been locked in St. Agnes Convent for 22 years, sent here at 18 by a family who thought the church would save me. They gave me this prayer book, its pages worn thin, and said it would guide my soul. But now, it's a diary of my doubts, its margins filled with words I've never dared to voice. I'm still a nun, bound by vows, but I'm also a woman who's seen something that might be God's light or the devil's trick. Stay with me, and you'll feel the weight of my secret, the terror and wonder of what I've witnessed. It was a spring morning, the kind where the hills glow emerald and the air tastes of hope. The Mother Superior had decided to turn the old chapel's neglected backyard into a garden, a place for prayer and peace. We sisters were tasked with the labor, our hands unaccustomed to shovels, our silence unbroken even in the sun's warmth. I was digging beside Sister Agnes when my blade hit something solid. A stone, I thought, but as I brushed away the dirt, a marble hand appeared, its fingers delicate, reaching upward as if pleading for release. My heart stopped. The other sisters froze, their eyes wide as we uncovered more. A face, serene and perfect, the Virgin Mary herself, buried beneath centuries of earth. Her marble eyes gazed toward heaven, her lips curved in a smile that felt alive. I touched her cheek, my fingers trembling, and felt a pulse, not in the stone, but in my soul. It was as if the earth sighed, whispering, "I've been found." Sister Beatrice dropped her shovel, signing frantically, "A miracle." But I wasn't sure. Something stirred in me, not awe, not fear, but a question that burned. Why now? Why us? The air grew heavy, the silence deeper, as if the statue itself was watching, waiting. That moment changed everything, and I knew, though I couldn't say it, that our lives would never be the same. That night, sleep betrayed me. The statue's face haunted my dreams, her marble eyes glowing with a light that wasn't mine to see. I lit a candle, opened my prayer book, and tried to pray, but the words felt hollow. Then it came. A vision. Or perhaps a dream, so vivid it felt like truth. I stood in the chapel, alone, the air thick with incense no one had burned. The statue was there, not buried, but standing tall, her eyes alive, weeping tears of silver that pooled at her feet, filling the room with a radiance that burned my skin. A voice, not in my ears but in my bones, spoke. "Do not turn away. See me." I woke gasping, my cross pressed so hard into my palm it drew blood. My heart pounded, my breath ragged. It was a dream, I told myself, a trick of a weary mind. But the candle flickered, as if it knew, and the silence of my cell felt alive, watching me. I wrote in my prayer book, my pen trembling. "She weeps. She speaks. Is this you, God?" I begged for answers, but the darkness gave none. Only the statue's face lingered, her tears a question I couldn't escape. The convent changed after that day. A chill settled in the halls, where no wind could reach. Candles flickered without cause, their flames dancing to a rhythm we couldn't hear. Bells rang softly in the night, though no rope was pulled. "Sister," Agnes whispered of shadows moving across her cell. Sister Beatrice swore she heard a sob from the chapel. Our vow of silence bound our tongues, but our eyes betrayed our fear. I said nothing, my hands signing only prayers, but my heart screamed. "What is this? Is it you, God, or something else?" I watched the other sisters, their faces pale, their hands trembling as they signed. The Mother Superior's eyes were sharp, her gestures firm, but I saw the flicker of doubt in her gaze. We were all caught in this mystery, but I felt it most, deeply, as if the statue had chosen me, though I didn't know why. My prayer book became my only voice, its pages filling with questions. Why do I feel you in her eyes? Why does my soul tremble? The statue stood in the garden, half buried, her marble face serene but heavy with secrets. Each night, I knelt before her, searching for answers, finding only more questions. Words spread like a spark in dry grass. Sister Beatrice, unable to hold her silence, signed the story to a villager, and soon the village knew. They came at first in twos and threes, old women with rosaries, farmers with bowed heads, mothers with frail children. They knelt before the statue, their prayers breaking our sacred silence, their tears soaking the earth. I stood watch, as ordered, my face a mask, but their desperation pierced me. A woman, her hands twisted by pain, touched the statue and stretched her fingers, free of agony. A boy, lame since birth, took trembling steps, his mother sobbing beside him. I saw it all, my heart torn between wonder and terror. The pilgrims grew into a flood, hundreds pressing against our gates, their voices a roar that drowned our bells. Crutches were left in the grass, wheelchairs abandoned like offerings. Their faith was raw, unpolished, alive, unlike mine, which crumbled under the weight of doubt. Was this God's hand, or a deception I couldn't see? My prayer book filled with their stories. She touched the stone and walked. Is this your miracle or my sin? The statue stood silent, her eyes unyielding, and I felt her gaze on me, demanding I choose. The miracles should have been my salvation, but they were my undoing. I, who swore my life to God, doubted his hand. What if this light was a lie, a trap to pull us into sin? Every night I saw her in my dreams, her tears, her voice, her command. Do not turn away. But turn away from what? Faith? Fear? Truth? My prayer book became a battlefield, its margins a war of words. Her eyes burned me. Her tears drowned me. God, am I betraying you? I watched the pilgrims, their faces alight with hope, and envied them. Their faith was simple, unshaken, while mine was a storm. Sister Agnes believed, her hands signing prayers of joy. Sister Beatrice doubted, like me, her eyes haunted. The Mother Superior commanded us to stay silent, but her own hands trembled. I wanted to scream, to ask, to know, but my vow held me. I wrote instead, if this is from you, why does my heart break? If this is from hell, why does it save? The candle burned low, its flame a mirror of my fading faith, and I wept, alone, for a truth I couldn't find. The world found us next. Journalists came, their cameras hungry, their questions sharp. Does the Virgin weep? Is it real? Headlines screamed across borders, the weeping statue of St. Agnes. Television vans choked our quiet village, their lights piercing our darkness. Our convent, once a haven of silence, was now a spectacle, our prayers filmed, our tears stolen. I hated them, their greed, their intrusion. But I saw their eyes too. Some were pilgrims in disguise, their notebooks hiding hearts that ached for meaning. Did they feel the statue's pull, like I did? Did they fear it? My prayer book grew heavier, its pages a record of the chaos. They come for you, but they take us. What do you want? The pilgrims' cries mixed with the reporters' shouts, a cacophony that drowned our bells. I stood among them, my silence, a shield, but my heart was exposed. The statue's face haunted me, her tears a question I couldn't answer. Was she calling me to speak or to stay silent? The world watched, and I felt its weight, crushing me. The church couldn't ignore us. Bishops arrived, their robes heavy with power, their faces torn between awe and suspicion. Some called the statue a miracle, a sign of God's grace. Others named it a danger, a potential heresy. They met in secret, their voices low, their letters sealed with red wax. We sisters were pawns, forbidden to speak, forced to watch as our convent became a battlefield of faith and politics. The Mother Superior's hands shook as she signed orders, her eyes betraying her fear. I wanted to ask her, to beg for guidance, but my vow chained me. My prayer book became my only voice. Is this your will or theirs? Am I failing you? The bishop's reports piled up, their words cold and calculated. They debated the statue's tears, the pilgrim's healings, the whispers we couldn't explain. I felt like a child, lost in a storm I didn't start. The statue stood in the garden, her marble face unchanging, but her presence grew, filling my dreams with light and shadow. The nights turned darker, heavier. I woke to chants where no voices should be, soft and mournful, echoing through the halls. Chapel doors creaked open in the dead of night, though no one touched them. The statue glistened, damp with tears no storm could explain. Sister Agnes swore she saw its lips move, whispering words she couldn't hear. Sister Beatrice heard weeping, faint but real. The pilgrims called these miracles proof of God's touch. But I felt fear, a fear that clawed at my soul, whispering, "What if this isn't him?" I knelt before the statue one night, my prayer book open, my hands shaking. "Show me," I signed, breaking my vow in the silence. Her eyes seemed to meet mine, her tears glowing like stars. The voice came again. "Do not turn away." My heart pounded, torn between terror and awe. Was this God? Or was I being led astray? I wrote, my pen frantic. "She weeps. She speaks. God, am I lost?" The storm outside roared, but the chapel was still, as if the statue held the world in its gaze. I couldn't speak, but I could write. My prayer book became my confessor, its pages a record of every tear, every whisper, every shadow. I wrote of the statue's voice, the pilgrim's miracles, the bishop's doubts. If this is you, why do I fear? If this is not, why does it save? I begged for a sign, but the silence was my only answer. The sisters grew restless, their hands signing fears they couldn't voice. The Mother Superior watched me, her eyes sharp, as if she knew my heart was breaking. I saw the statue's face every night, her tears a light that burned me. Her voice echoed, "Tell them." But tell them what? That I'd seen her weep. That I'd heard a voice no one else had? They'd call me mad, a heretic, a betrayer. So I'm telling you, in secret, because you're my only refuge. My prayer book is full, its pages a testament to a truth I can't share. I'm still here, bound, by my vows, my silence, my fear. But I'm also Maria, a woman who saw something, felt something, and can't let it go. The years have passed. The crowds have faded. The journalists gone. The bishop silent. The statue remains, her eyes still gazing upward, her presence a whisper in my soul. I'm still Sister Maria, still bound to St. Agnes, but I'm not the same. I've seen something. God. A mystery. A lie. and it lives in me. I haven't told them. I can't. But I've told you, because I need someone to know. You carry my secret now, a light in the dark, a truth that won't die. If you've ever held a truth you couldn't speak, a vision you couldn't share, know this: you're not alone. Your heart sees what the world cannot, and that is enough.